transform user-generated input into structured data like this, or parsing specific data from raw HTML like this to this. Good news! With OpenAI's new Structured Outputs feature, it's easier than ever to extract structured data from a string. This new feature is much simpler to use than function calling. This new feature ensures that outputs will exactly match the JSON schemas provided by developers. We can use HTTP POST requests, or the method we will cover in this video using the Node.js SDK. We will use the Node.js SDK, which uses Zod to define the schema. If you are not familiar, Zod is a popular JavaScript or TypeScript library that can help us with schema validation. Now let's prepare our Node.js project. First, initialize a new project with npm init-y, and I'm going to change in the package JSON that type module. Don't forget the comma. Now let's install OpenAI and Zod. And do not forget to export your OpenAI API key so we can use it in our code later. Next, let's create our new index.js file so we can play with a simple example here. I'm going to import all the necessary packages, which is OpenAI and the Zod, and also the helper from OpenAI. And then let's import the OpenAI API key that we exported before. Set up a new OpenAI client like this. And let's say for this example, we are going to create a simple to-do app where the program can parse some information from a user-generated instruction. So I'm going to create the instruction format like this using the z.object. You can name it whatever you want and define the fields that you want to parse. In this sample, I have the time, task, and also the assignee. We will create a function called run where we will run the actual OpenAI function using the SDK. We can use OpenAI.beta.chat.completion.parse method. We are going to use this specific model that support OpenAI output structure. And for the messages, we will add the instruction for the AI. I'm going to show you the complete instruction like this. So we will extract the to-do information from the prompt that will be given and add empty value, or don't write anything if something is not specified. This is how we prevent if a certain information from a user-generated input is not available. So we can add an if conditional statement later to perform action for a specific condition. Next, as the sample, I'm going to do add to add role user and this long string here, which is this content. So I forgot to tell our engineers front-end team needs to refactor the React component by 10 AM tomorrow. It's important for the client. And next we will add the response format here after the messages using the Zod response format, including instruction format, and we can also pass the simple string here in instruction format like this. Now let's sketch the response and log the response like this. Back to our terminal, let's run our program. And as you can see, we have the parsed information here, time, task, and also the assignee. So we are able to check if the parsed is available like this. If response.parsed, then we can console only the parsed itself like this. Let's try it once again. And as you can see, we are able to grab the exact information based on the fields that we declared previously on our Zod schema. Now, using the same principle, we are going to use this tool to parse the data from raw HTML. I'm going to use the site books.toscrape.com and copy the relevant part or the body part of this raw HTML to be used in our program. I've prepared a new file on our text editor called raw HTML here. It's using the same principle as before, so the exact same setup, except now I'm going to collect the items, which is an array. So I've declared a key called books here, which consists of an array of this object: title, link, image, rating, price, and in-stock information using different data types. And here I'm going to log the time just so we can see how long does it take. I take the relevant part of the HTML and wrap it in the get data function. So I've just copy pasted the raw HTML into this function get data, and I'm using this get data as the context or the content value for the user inside the messages. So using the parse method, the same model, now different system instruction, which is extract the books information for the raw HTML, providing the raw HTML using the getData function, and telling the response format to use this instruction or using this JSON schema. And we are going to see both the parsed data and also the total time it takes running raw HTML. And after these seconds, we are able to collect the complete data from the raw HTML. I'm going to open the real data on the left side here so we can compare the data directly. As you can see, the rating, price match the first result. We can also go directly to the last item here on this page. So make sure we have the same rating, same amount of data, and the other information as well. So that's it. As you can see, we can collect, or this AI model is able to parse raw HTML like this into a nice structured format like this. Feel free to try.